Welcome to Indonesia. Today we will talk about the most crucial forest in the world, serving as the last stronghold in Indonesia's endemic wildlife. You might be familiar with some inhabitants here, such as orangutan, Sumatran elephant, rhinoceros, siamang, or the Sumatra tiger. They are all call this place as a home. Gunung Leuser National Park. Okay, let's jump into this forest and explore. Before we delve into the fascinating flora and fauna of Gunung Leuser National Park, let me introduce you to the location of this national treasure. Gunung Leuser is part of a vast conservation area in Indonesia, covering a staggering 1,094,692 hectares, spanning the administrative provinces of Aceh and North Sumatra. The park derives its name from Mount Leuser, standing tall at 3,404 meters above the sea level in Aceh. This national park encompasses diverse ecosystems, ranging from coastal areas to high mountains, all cloaked in the lushnesses of tropical rainforests. It is managed through a zoning system for research, education, cultivation, tourism, and recreation purposes. This area is rich by its natural resources, thanks to its fertile soil, which is 6 times more productive than the surrounding forest. One of the reasons for this fertility is the continuous volcanic activity, notably from Mount Sinabung, which is still active until today. As a result, Gunung Leuser National Park is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a biosphere reserve, and also listed as an Asian heritage spot. So, how rich is the diversity of flora and fauna in this national park? Well, there's like 350 species of bird in there. And also there's 65% or 129 species of mammals out to 205 mammals that known in Sumatra. Some of them are critically endangered, which is also played vital roles for the park ecosystem. Firstly, we known as Sumatran orangutan, who is sharing about 98% of its DNA with humans. The Sumatran orangutan is the only orangutan species found outside of Kalimantan. Secondly, the Sumatran elephant, one of the smallest elephant species globally, standing at around 2 until 3 meters tall on average. They have shorter, broader legs to adapt to the dense forest. Thirdly, the Sumatran tiger, the smallest among tiger subspecies, known for its dark coat, ideal for camouflage in the dense forest. Lastly, the Sumatran rhinoceros, the only rhinoceros species with 2 horns, that is critically endangered with an estimated population of only around 80 individuals left in the wild. There are also siamangs, known for their vocal abilities due to their large throat pouches, allowing them to produce a range of unique and far-reaching calls. Additionally, various primates, hornbills, sun bears, unique butterflies, and a wide array of distinctive insects inhabit in this park. Gunung Leuser National Park also boasts over 4,000 plant species, including 3 out of 15 types of rafflesia parasitic plants. Furthermore, Leuser also serves as a refuge for numerous medical plants. But how does this biodiversity sustain themselves? The diversity of flora and fauna at Gunung Leuser National Park thrive because parks ecosystem support and balance between one another. All of the species in there play a specific roles to keep the healthiness of the forest, which is make all kind of the species in there able to survive. Here are some examples of it. Let's start with Sumatran elephants, the unintentional forest path makers. By continuously moving through the forest, they create pathways also used by other wildlife to access challenging terrains. Their footprints form a natural water pools that are used by the frogs for breeding. Then, there are seed dispersers like primates. There are orangutans, siamangs, monkeys, and as well as various birds and bears. Through the regular consumption of fruit and seeds, they inadvertently sow the seeds of new trees in the park. These growing trees are tended to and thinned out by Sumatran rhinoceros as they feed on vegetation. In doing so, they inadvertently benefit the forest by creating spaces for new trees to grow. Don't forget the apex predator in there, like the Sumatran tiger. Even though they are rarely seen, they patrol the forest, ensuring that herbivores like deer don't overgaze and damage the ecosystem. And let's not forget the vital role played by plants, such as the rafflesia, in controlling insect population that could otherwise become pests. All of these things happen naturally. All the animal and plants working in balance, helping each other without realizing it. This is create the natural balance in Gunung Leuser National Park area. But when we're talking about the conservation in Gunung Leuser, it's not only talking about the plants, forests, and wild inhabitants there. We're also talking about the spirit and collective effort from the local government, the local community, and also various organizations who are committed in preserving this beautiful place. In the past, parts of this forest were turned into palm oil plantations. However, local communities and environmental groups stepped in. They worked tirelessly to halt palm oil expansion and restore the damaged forest. Through the hard work, once monotonous landscape have transformed into thriving rainforests, filled with diverse plants and animals. But it's not only because of the work of the local community. The government and several agencies also play a crucial role too. Through collaboration, they have created plans and policies that support the conservation efforts. From these plans, concrete action have emerged, including cracking down on illegal logging and poaching. Furthermore, forests like Gunung Leuser have the potential to generate a carbon credit. Carbon credits are awarded to countries or projects that successfully reduce greenhouse gas emissions. In this case, Gunung Leuser can be considered as conservation project contributing to carbon storage. Consider this: every tree in Gunung Leuser contains carbon in the form of biomass. By keeping the forest intact, we prevent the release of this carbon into air as CO2, which could happen if the forest were cut down or burned. Therefore, this forest's contribution to maintaining carbon balance in the ecosystem and the atmosphere is enormous. Well, there you have it. All of our discussion regarding Gunung Leuser National Park, a forest that plays a vital role as the last sanctuary for a critical and endangered flora and fauna. By protecting this forest, the most endangered creatures in Asia still have a home, and we have a forest that can safeguard our civilization. And as always, I highly recommend you, the nature enthusiast, to come and visit Gunung Leuser National Park. You can explore it in two ways: through the forest with professional guides and park rangers to gain fascinating insight and education from their years of observation, or experiencing the beauty of the national park by whitewater rafting on some of the lakes in the area. Either way, it's bound to be an exciting adventure. I really wish I can visit this national park, the Gunung Leuser National Park, in person and able to meet all of the incredible flora and fauna in there. Okay? If you have something that you wanting to know, to learn, or to explore more about Indonesia, please drop a comment below. And thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Ciao!